Hey Sri Darshana. Today is Narasimha Jayanthi. On this auspicious day of Narasimha Jayanthi, let us all surrender into the lotus feet of Malolan and express our gratitude to him for helping us and blessing us by getting an amazing Acharya Parampara. The first being Sri Adivan Shatakopa Yatindra Jiya. केशवार्य कृपापात्रं दीशमादि गुणार्णवं श्री शठार्य यतीशानां देशिकेन्द्रम् अहं भजे. Before we get into the story, let us all thank the 60 Tales and the author of Adivan Shatakopa Jiyar story written by Vanjula Badri and Sri Vidya Ramanujam, and extend our thanks for their content, which we will be listening now. It was the year 1379. The streets surrounding the temple of Tirunarayanapuram seemed unusually busy, with people walking in and out of Kidambi Keshavacharya's house. There was festivity in the air. Keshavacharya, one of the prominent scholars of Tirunarayanapuram, had been blessed with a baby boy. Tirunarayanapuram was a small village on the top of a hillock named Yadavagiri. Everything in the village revolved around the main temple of Lord Chelvanarayana. Swami Ramanuja had himself established this temple and hailed it as Jnana Mandapa, the knowledge hall. The news about the birth of this baby boy brought immense joy to everyone. On the 11th day of birth, Keshavacharya invited the entire neighborhood to the naming ceremony. He said, "My baby is born in the auspicious Tamil month of Puratasi on the star of Kettai. I wish to name him after the Lord of the Seven Hills." Then he whispered the name Srinivasa 3 times into the baby's ear. Little Srinivasa grew up listening to the recital of Vedic hymns and his father's divine chants during Aradhane, that is, the daily prayers offered to the holy Salagrama stone. Srinivasa used to watch in awe as his father applied Thiruman Sri Churnam, that is the tilak, across the 12 places in the upper part of the body. Soon after, he would bend his neck and show his face eagerly, seeking Thiruman for himself. From helping his mother prepare food, offerings, to standing by his father throughout the puja, he earned to take part in everything. Their neighbors remarked, "It looks like Srinivasa has mastered everything before any formal induction." Soon it was time for the Upanayanam ceremony. One becomes eligible for reciting the Vedas only after wearing the sacred thread, said Srinivasa's father. Some days later, Keshavacharya called Srinivasa and said, "Son, it's time for you to join a Gurukulam. I am going to send you to one of the most renowned schools under the tutelage of Gatika Shatam Swami. His real name is Sri Vatsya Varadaguru. Children at the Gurukulam learnt in an open environment in harmony with nature. From dawn to dusk, they had a busy schedule. He particularly liked the teachings of Gatika Shatam Ammal. Srinivasa enjoyed learning in Gurukulam. One night, Srinivasa had a wonderful dream. Lord Lakshmi Narasimha appeared and said, "I am waiting for you at my abode of Ahobilam." Barely 20 years old Srinivasa was amused by this dream. After all, the Lord does not appear in everyone's dreams, right? The very next day, he narrated it to his guru and said, Swami, I seek your permission to go on a pilgrimage to Ahobilam. Gatikashatam Ammal was thrilled to learn about this dream. He said, Srinivasa, you are the star of our Gurukulam. I believe Lord Narasimha has a magnificent plan for you. My blessings for your purpose to be fulfilled. Srinivasa embarked on his destined journey. During the day, he walked for hours through many small and big villages. By evening, he reached the closest Vishnu temple and retired for the night. After many days, Srinivasa finally reached the foothills of the Ahobilam mountain. The entire mountain is home to 9 temples dedicated to the different forms of Lord Narasimha. Srinivasa took a dip in the holy Bhavanasini pond and visited the 9 Narasimha deities on the mountain. As he trekked the rugged mountain, he met a noble saint. The saint inquired, Young man, what brings you here to this sacred land? Srinivasa said, Swami, Lord Narasimha has instructed me to visit Ahobilam. The saint smiled and replied, I know this great plan, Srinivasa. You must accept sannyasa and don the orange robes. Srinivasa instantly realized that this was no ordinary act but a divine calling. He fell at the feet of the saint and accepted the saint's orders. The saint gave Srinivasa the orange clothes and Tridandam, the set of 3 sticks that a saint must always carry. He also taught a special chant called Narasimha Presha Mantra. Then he said, Hereafter, you will be called Shatakopa Jiyar. Take one of the 9 Narasimha deities with you. A great Acharya lineage will begin with you. What a blessing. Finally, the saint smiled and disclosed his identity. Can you guess who was that? I am the one who appeared in your dream. Lord Narasimha, in the guise of the saint, then vanished. In this way, the Lord himself gave Srinivasa the order of sannyasa and became his guru. Yet Srinivasa was in a fix. He wondered, which of the 9 Narasimha idols should I carry with me? Perhaps Lord Narasimha himself can guide me. He closed his eyes for a while and meditated on Narasimha. Then he said, May the suitable deity of Narasimha be revealed to me. And lo, the Utsav Murti of Sri Malola Narasimha flew from the temple and landed right into his arms. As the news spread, the local chieftain of Ahobilam rushed to meet Shatakopa Jiyar. He prostrated at the feet of the Jiyar and said, Swami, please accept me as your disciple. I will make all the arrangements for the daily worship of Sri Malolan. I also wish to donate a palanquin and other belongings for your smooth yatra. Kindly accept the same. Years later, the chieftain also gave control of all the 9 temples of Ahobilam to Shatakopa Jiyar. Thus, Shatakopa Jiyar embarked on a yatra carrying his deity Sri Malola Narasimha. The Jiyar always remained accessible to all. He accepted many disciples and instructed them on the principles of Sri Vaishnavism. There is more interesting factor, the more interesting miracles that followed. Stay tuned in.